Hello everyone, my name is Victor and once again welcome to English Made Easy. How's everybody doing? I'm doing great myself in case you're wondering. The primary objective of our channel is to give you fun and simple ways to learn how to speak in English. As you know, we are pretty much a new channel, and in this video, we will delve into some of the most difficult and often mispronounced medical words. And this is our part 1. Please check out our part 2, which is coming up pretty soon. Well, I used to work as a pharmaceutical sales representative, and so I do have a little background in the pharmaceutical industry, and I am aware of the challenge that some of us encounter in pronouncing a number of medical words. As your host, it is my desire to share with you what I know, and I hope that together we will learn how these medical words are spoken the North American way. So without further ado, let's get started. This is the first word on our list. By looking at its phonetic spelling, you will see that the stress is in the first syllable, and the letter E takes a regular E sound. The letter Y takes a long E sound as indicated by the macron sign on top of it. And finally, the letter O at the end is a long O sound, which is also emphasized with the use of the macron sign. So this word is pronounced as embryo. Again, embryo. Our second word is this. As you can see, there are two commonly used pronunciations of this word. If you look at the first phonetic spelling, you will see that the primary stress is in the third syllable. However, the first syllable has that lower set mark indicating a secondary stress in the beginning of the word. The letter I is a long I, the letter A takes a schwa sound, and the first letter E is a long E. Now, there are two main differences between these two variations. These are with the letters E and S in the third syllable. In the first variation, the letter E is a long E, and the letter S takes a Z sound as in zebra, whereas in the second variation, the letter E takes a schwa sound, and the letter S is a regular S sound. The first variation is definitely more commonly used between the two, at least here in North America. So this word is pronounced as either diabetes or diabetes. Again, diabetes or diabetes. Our word number 3 is this word. Basically, there are 3 prevailing pronunciations of this word. All 3 phonetic spellings will tell you that the stress for all 3 variations is right in the first syllable or in the beginning of the word. Let's jump to the letter A at the end of the word. In all 3 variations, this letter A takes a schwa sound. The differences, however, on these variations are in the second syllable. In the first variation, the letter S takes a Z sound as in zebra, and the following letter E is a long E. In the second variation, the letter S stays as a regular S, and the letter E is also a long E. In the third variation, the letter S takes a Z sound, the letter E is dropped and replaced with the letter H. Now, as far as I have observed, the third variation, which is pronounced as nausea, is what's commonly used by both Americans and Canadians. So this word is pronounced as either nausea, nausea, or nausea. This is our word number 4. The phonetic spelling suggests that the stress is right before the word itself. The letters A and U in the first syllable take a slightly stressed O, and the letter I takes a SWA sounding E. And finally, the letters C and E at the end of the word take an S sound. So this word is pronounced as jaundice. Again, jaundice. Let's take a look at this word. There are two variations to the pronunciation of this word, well, at least here in North America. I personally used to say this word using the second variation and eventually had to switch to the first one as it's more commonly used where I live. As they say, when in Rome, act like the Romans do. Now, let's go back to the subject at hand. In the first variation, the stress is in the first syllable. The letter O takes a SWA sound as well as the letter E. In the second variation, the first letter A takes a SWA sounding letter E, and the stress is in the second syllable. Just like the first variation, the letter E takes a SWA sounding E. So, the two ways to say this word are abdomen or abdomen. Again, abdomen or abdomen. This is the sixth word on our list. Looking at its phonetic spelling, you will see that the stress is in the first syllable. The letter U is replaced by a letter Y and a SWA sounding letter E. The letter I takes a SWA sound, and the letter E at the end is a silent letter E. So the correct way of saying this word is urine. Again, urine. Our word number 7 is this word. Looking at its phonetic spelling, you will see that the stress is in the first syllable. The letter E is a long E, as indicated by the macron sign on top of it. The following letters S and I take the ZH sound, and the letter O takes a SWA sounding letter E. So this word is pronounced as lesion. Again, lesion. This is our word number 8. Quite many of us non-native English speakers often mispronounce this word as chronic. Now, if you look at its phonetic spelling, you will see that the stress is in the first syllable. The letters C and H take a single letter K sound, and the letter O bears the stress using the diuresis marked letter A. The second syllable is pronounced as spelled. So the right way to say this word is chronic. Again, chronic. This is our word number 9. There's two main variations in the pronunciation of this word. By looking at both its phonetic spellings, you will see that the stress is in the second syllable of the word, and the first letter A in the first variation takes a SWA sound, whereas it's a regular A in the second variation. In the first variation, the letters A and I take a combined long A sound. The S takes a Z sound, and the letter E at the end of the word is dropped. In the second variation, the letters A and I take a combined long E sound, and just like in the first variation, the letter S takes a Z sound, and the letter E at the end of the word is dropped. So this word is pronounced as either malaise or malaise. This is the 10th word on our list. Looking at its phonetic spelling, you will see that the stress is right before the word and sometimes with a secondary stress in the second syllable, as indicated by the lower set mark found inside the parentheses. The first letter E is a schwa sounding letter E. The second letter E is a long E, and the letter S at the end of the word takes a Z sound, as in zebra. So the proper way to say this word is herpes. Again, herpes. This is our 11th word. By looking at its phonetic spelling, yes, it's a little complicated to look at, and I will break it down for you, don't worry. You will see that the stress is in the third syllable, with the first syllable having that secondary stress. The letters C and H take a combined letter K sound. The letter I is a regular I, and the letter Z takes an S sound. Furthermore, the letter O takes a schwa sound. The letter E is a long E, as well as the letter I. And finally, the letter A at the end of the word is a schwa sound. So the correct way to say this word is schizophrenia. Again, schizophrenia. This is the 12th and the last word in our list. The phonetic spelling would tell us that the stress is right in the beginning of the word, and the letter U takes a schwa sounding letter E. The last syllable with the letters I, O, and N, or ion, take the Y-E-N sound with the schwa sound in that letter E. So the right way to say this word is banyan. Again, banyan. And that's it for today, friends. Well, I hope you had fun and learned something from this video. And as for me, I had a great time making this video and also learned a lot along the way. And as usual, before I wrap this up, let me give you my little reminder. Listen intently to better understand the other person. And when it's your turn to speak, make sure to relax, gather your thoughts, and aim to speak clearly to be understood. If you like this video, please don't forget to smash the like, share, and subscribe buttons and give me some nice comments down below. Bye for now, and see you in my next video.